the first episode of Strictly Boston. I am Alfonso Santinello, the ringleader, and down on all the way at the other end is Corey Betteramo, the co-host.
What are we, your elephants?
Anyway, so we have Ivana and Trish as guest co-hosts, so thank you guys for coming on. Trish works for VSnap, where you'll see her in a couple episodes on the Spotlight, and Ivana works here at Work Bar, where we're filming. So thank you to Work Bar for letting us film here, and thanks to Pop Chips for bringing chips. And yeah, so we're gonna go right into the topics. We have a couple good ones. We have the MTA's Mastercard Paypass system that they built. We're gonna talk about best business contacts they have, and then this new website called Verbling. So first up, the MTA Mastercard Paypass. From June to December of 2010, the MTA of New York ran a pilot program for a tap and go for MasterCard. So eventually the whole goal is to make it where people can just throw their phone against this thing and just walk through instead of having to go and pay. And you
just find this throw their phone at them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
anything. Yeah.
It's going to eliminate more jobs down the line. That's what it's ultimately going to do. It's just everything's being computerized. So, I mean, I think it's good. It's easy.
Go now.
What?
No, but that's like a pass instead of your credit card. Like for someone like me who's a little bit of a klutz, I would probably pay $45 because I would like tap it and then like I'd go pick something up and then it would tap again and then I'd like tap it again and then it'd be like that was like a $45 subway ride.
Yeah.
Well, I was curious because if you're paying with your credit card per ride, Boston, you know, like the T-Pass, you get a discount if you get a month or even a week pass. So if there was like a button, you know, to choose one, I wouldn't pay the full price per ride. That was my question in that article. Yeah.
I'll make sure to let them know.
Well, I don't think I think that the pilot that they had was just the success rate wasn't based on like the user likability factor. It was to see if it actually worked. So it wasn't based on customer acceptance.
Right.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, people aren't going to pay extra just to tap and go.
Yeah. Well, ultimately they want to use the Google Wallet, so people are going to get rid of the cards and use their phones to tap it, which who knows what other information they'll get if they end up using the Google Wallet. But I live in Western Mass, which to you Boston folk is like the country. So we don't have the T system and we don't have any of that. So I just get those one-day passes every time I come around here. So. But
back to the costs. They were saying in the article that the benefits of the program are faster boarding times, so that will actually reduce costs. So there you go.
I don't know, because most people...
No, you're wrong, Corey.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know. I live in the country.
I mean, what's the issue? Is it, you know, going to... Most people that are here day to day using the T system have some type of pass, whether it's the Charlie card or, you know, the week pass. So faster boarding times, I don't know if I completely buy that because most people they already tap it, and you know, tourists and stuff, which do comprise a really large portion of the people using the T. It just, I don't know. I'm more concerned with the price and how it logistically works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they've ironed everything out yet, so the best is yet to come.
Speaking of best, we're going to talk about best business contacts to have. There was an article from Open Forum.
I just laughed.
I know. Me too. So the first, all right. So I'm going to go through the 5 best business contacts Open Forum says you should have. One is smart people in other industries, amplifiers, new prospects in growing industries, savvy suppliers, and friends of friends. Yes to all of them, but I don't think that it necessarily means they're the best. I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one was your favorite? Would you add anyone to it?
I don't know. My reaction to the article was just like, this is common sense. I don't know. I think that everything is so social in nature that sure, like, you know, you should make contacts. Networking should be your, like, you know, priority, especially if you're growing a business or trying to get, you know, new customers. So I mean, the article really didn't do much for me as far as, like, I already knew that.
Yeah.
You made like a sad face.
I think a lot of people
like
already know that.
No, I wasn't sad about the article at all. I didn't like it either. I think that, like, coming from like a...
Sorry, guys. Next time, Corey, why don't you pick the topics next time?
Coming from like a corporate world, I think that job shadowing allows you to extend your network. if you just reach out to somebody, you know, within your corporation, it's kind of like in the safe zone. So, and I think that like if you attend seminars or like into hobbies, I think it's a way for you to either like grow your own business or to grow your contacts within your corporation. I think it's just back to what you said, like common sense. Maybe you just have a contact.
Yeah.
Someone wants to connect with you right now.
But I think I agree with you. It is common sense.
Yeah.
My best business practice is just to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's something people always focus on, like, oh, what people can I pitch to that will help me? Instead, just be nice to everybody, because you never know. Like, Ivana may not like what I'm doing, but she knows, oh, wait, there's 5 people I know that would be really interested in that. I may not be a customer, but she's probably connected to someone else that would be helpful down the line. So, like, my number one thing when networking is just be nice to everyone, because you have no idea, like, what experience they had before they had their previous position and, like, who they might know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lastly, we're going to talk about this new website that connects language newbies to speakers of that language. It's called Verbling. It's a web-based platform where individuals can pair up with native speakers. So it's pretty much like a Skype, and you learn how to speak another language. Right now, it's only set up for English and Spanish, but they're looking to add 10 other languages by the end of the year. So this is actually a really good idea for students who are traveling abroad, and if they're going somewhere where they don't know the language. I mean, this could be. It's one of the. This is a really good idea.
Yeah. So I actually I got sucked into watching this like 10-minute video, which ended up being like a sales video.
And you learned a new language?
But, well, no, I mean, that would have been
Was it
really
like Rosetta
awesome.
Stone in 10 minutes?
Well, I think it was a competitor.
It's
because
Roadstone.
the whole video kind of talked about the fact that as people, we learn language without like grammar, without writing and stuff. Like as a baby, you learn it just by hearing it. So the way that this this particular language learning software gets you to learn language is just by listening. So you learn it a lot faster, and then you get into like the grammatics and like the logisticals and the when is the apostrophe s and I before e and what have you. So anyway,
They
I
have
think
that in
that's
every
really
language?
I was
good.
gonna say, maybe that's just us.
I think I think that that's based on just like how we learn in general. So I think it's pretty great.
Yeah.
And you get to hear the right accent.
Okay. Well, guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to be right back. We're going to have a one-on-one with SnapKnot and find out a little bit more about the company.
Woohoo!
Welcome back. I'm here with Michael Rayom of SnapKnot. Michael, thank you for coming on. So for the people that don't know, what is SnapKnot?
So SnapKnot is basically an online wedding photographer directory. It's for engaged couples to find their perfect wedding photographer.
And then how did you have a co-founder? How did you guys come up with the idea? How did this start?
Well, it actually, it really started as a side project. I was working for a marketing firm, which unfortunately the recession was kind of a perfect storm for us, and we went under. And in the year following, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, and started talking with my co-founder, Reed Warner, who I've known him since we were freshman year roommates in college, so we've been friends for a while. I'm not married myself. He got married in 2007, and the initial idea really came out of his experience. Or his wife's experience, actually, doing the legwork, trying to find their photographer. She used a lot of the bigger sites out there because they were there and they were sort of the only tools available. But the process was just frustrating, time-consuming. She would contact photographers that she liked, only to find that they were way out of their budget. So it was just that whole process that Reed thought that there was a better way to do it, and with my marketing experience, I thought that let's try this out. I think we could get the site going. We can market it pretty cheaply using some of the tools out there, and that was it. And it kind of started growing, and it's been growing ever since. And
you guys recently just partnered with SmugMug. So what does that entail? What are you guys doing with SmugMug?
Sure. So SmugMug is an awesome company. They're one of the leaders in the photography space, and they basically do photography websites, photo hosting, and shopping cart functionality. They actually have a huge sort of amateur or casual user side, but they've been really expanding their professional services side. So for us to partner with them, and basically they have a great API. It's a really robust API, and so this is only in the last couple months that basically if there's a shared member, if someone's a member of SmugMug and a member of SnapKnot, they can authorize us to link to SmugMug. They can pull all their galleries, their slideshows, videos directly into their SnapKnot profile. So it's a nice way to kind of, we're really at the beginning, we get the leads for the photographers. They're booking clients through us, and then SmugMug is where, after they shoot the wedding, they post the photos on SmugMug, and then they can sell the images, and so it's really to try to add
the before and after effect.
Right.
Nice. So you guys are you are a true startup. It's been bootstrapped all along.
Yeah.
How did you guys go through the motions of now your co-founder just recently went full time as well now?
Yeah, that's right. He had been I've basically been working on it full time myself since the beginning. He had sort of been at his day job until just a couple months ago, and so now we're both on full time, which is great. We were able to start it cheaply, and we had revenue coming in the first week actually. We had our first paid member, and it's just been growing since then. And we're sort of we don't have a need to look for funding right now. It's something that we're always talking about, depending on, you always want to have more money and do more things, but we're actually in a pretty good spot right now.
So what do you think has been the key thing of your success of just kind of gradually growing and growing?
Initially, definitely social media. I mean, we had a Twitter account a month before we launched, and then, we launched the website. We had 200 people sign up that first week.
Wow.
Not all paid members at the time, but so initially it was social media. We used Twitter and Facebook really effectively, and some sort of second tier stuff, Flickr, and more recently Pinterest has been really interesting for us as well. So there's a lot of these tools that we've been using. StumbleUpon has been great as well. But actually, in the last year or so, really it's been sort of a series of partnerships, and a lot of them are whether they're cross promotional. Or some more integrated stuff like with SmugMug. That's really where we're seeing a lot of the value in bringing new members onto the site. And we've done really well on the photography side, and we want to do more on the bridal side. So sort of the actual the consumer side, the end user. How can we partner with companies who are in the wedding space and get those get that audience on board?
So what's the website so people can log on?
So it's just SnapKnot.com. It's SnapKnot.com.
Is there lastly anything you want to tell the viewers?
Just and if you're engaged or soon to be engaged, or you have a friend who's going to be tying the knot, just send them to the site. It's really easy search, location, budget, and they can find their perfect photographer.
Great, thank you so much. That wraps up the first episode of Strictly Boston Part 2, and we'll be back. We're all filming one night, but next couple days you'll see the second part of the episodes, and yeah, all right, we'll see you guys later. Thank you.